Well,
Did
yeah.
you see the movie?
I did see the movie. But I mean,
We're going to give you a pop quiz.
there can be a pop quiz every minute of it. It's
Yeah.
just it's
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh, yeah. Talking about you.
Blake Lively is in full meltdown mode right now, and we mean full-on mascara-running Hollywood panic mode. Because the veil has finally lifted, Tinseltown isn't just whispering anymore, they're shouting. Blake has been tolerated, not loved, and now that truth is surfacing faster than a TikTok scandal. A-listers are hitting that unfollow button like it's an Olympic sport, and ancient footage of her high-maintenance diva moments, oh honey, they're being dusted off and re-inced like historical receipts. And let's be real, those clips are brutal.
Hi to Stephanie, it's my girlfriend.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you
You
so
should leave him.
This isn't just backlash, it's straight up karma, and it's coming at her with the force of a Hollywood hurricane. The evidence, it's everywhere. The internet is drowning in it.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm gonna put it here because it doesn't go with my outfit, but I will wear it later. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm gonna put it on.
Somebody finally said what everyone in the industry has been thinking but too scared to admit. Blake Lively is exhausting. It was 2018, Michael Kors' Front Row, a glittering affair filled with stars. And right in the center of the chaos, Blake, laughing like she just got handed a fake Nobel Peace Prize. On one side was Emily Blunt playing along with the fake giggles, but sitting dead center was Zendaya, stuck in a living nightmare. Girl wasn't rolling her eyes, she rolled her entire existence. She looked like she was calculating how to vanish without causing a scene. That moment went viral for a reason. Fans captioned it, Zendaya blinking in sarcasm, and it was clear as day. This wasn't confusion, it was the universal face of a woman forced to entertain a pastel-drenched narcissist.
Blake is super important because it represents our collective awakening, specifically to celebrities that we should not be idolizing, and they hate that.
So do you feel free now to try everything? I mean, what is the next
What does
5
that
years
mean?
well, in terms of trying, I mean, well,
Did you
yeah.
see the movie?
I did see the movie.
Flash forward to another frosty encounter, Selena Gomez, the queen of quiet shade. Even she couldn't fake a bond with Blake. Back in 2016, Selena gave the most backhanded compliment in red carpet history. She said she wished she was friends with Blake because of her hair. That's like saying, I don't like you, but your shampoo choices are fire. And that's all their friendship ever was, an expired Pantene endorsement.
How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.
Fast forward to Taylor Swift's massive 2023 birthday bash. Blake shows up, but Selena? MIA. All she posted was a red heart and a crying emoji. But let's not be naive. That wasn't sweetness. That was digital dagger level shade. Selena saw that guest list and said, nah, I'll pass.
She seems like a bully. She was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat.
And here's the kicker. They've been orbiting the same squad for almost 10 years. Yet not one paparazzi pic, not a Met Gala, not a Swift BBQ, not a whisper of the two together. Even Ryan Seacrest gets invited to more group pics. This isn't coincidence. It's strategy. Taylor's strategy. You know, she whispered, don't worry, girl. Separate nights. One for real ones, one for Blake.
Angelina, to your right.
Angelina, to your left side.
According to insiders, Taylor literally keeps the two apart on purpose. Why? Because Blake serves a role. Selena is the friend who shows up in sweats with tear-stained journals. Blake, she brings Pinterest quotes and a perfectly curated wardrobe. It's diary versus decor. And Blake's idea of activism, reposting Angelina Jolie's work like she discovered philanthropy at Whole Foods.
Difficult as conditions are, the refugees here count themselves as the lucky ones.
Let's pause and appreciate the real tea. Blake didn't rise through Hollywood because of acting chops or unforgettable performances. No, she coasted on aesthetics and overexposure. But even that couldn't protect her when Angelina Jolie entered the chat. Angelina didn't have to name names, just one line, calm and collected. There's a difference between telling a story and stealing someone else's voice. And with that, Blake's entire brand crumbled like a gluten-free cracker in the rain.
It's honestly comedy at this point. I don't even think I'm offended anymore by anything that this degenerate does.
Angelina dropped that quote at the 2025 Time Summit. The room froze. Her voice didn't rise, her tone didn't shake. But somewhere across Los Angeles, Blake's publicist probably fainted into a pile of unpaid invoices.
Blake Lively completely exposes herself.
That one sentence torpedoed Blake's homebound campaign. You remember those soft filter ads with whispered voiceovers, vintage light leaks, and fake poetic captions? Turns out it was a near word-for-word ripoff of Angelina's 2019 UNHCR advocacy. Same layout, same rural villages, same I just discovered the third world yesterday vibes, lives. Even the UN had to step in. A press officer reportedly sent a quiet but lethal message to Blake's team. Majoli is understandably distressed. Translation, stop before we name drop you into next week.
And being fully castrated by a woman who is using toxic feminism to get what she wants.
Fashion blogs turned on her. Advocacy boards started ghosting her. Charlize Theron and Florence Pugh hit that unfollow button with Olympic speed. They weren't playing. Blake's fake humanitarian era had expired. This wasn't a photo shoot, it was theft. While Angelina was out dodging landmines, Blake was twirling in magnolia pearl jeans and talking about healing.
I just really loved those patchwork like jeans that you...
Magnolia Pearl.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my real life jeans.
Let's talk about those jeans, shall we? Blake proudly called them her real-life jeans. The problem? They were from a brand literally inspired by plantation aesthetics, like Gone with the Wind, but make it patchwork. Girl, who raised you?
Decided to get married at the Boone Plantation in South Carolina. That's where they got married. There's no slaves in that plantation right now, but you know, it was all about history, the braids. Were there ever slaves here? Did bad stuff happen here? How dare you get married here?
And Gossip Girl. Oh, you thought it was just a show? It was Blake's personal runway and her playground for tormenting co-star Leighton Meester. On screen, she was Serena. Off screen, she was Regina George in Louboutin heels. Leighton didn't just have to act, she had to survive.
An article recently saying that Leighton and I were frenemies. And it's
frenemies. Is that the new term? Frenemies?
Yeah, we're friends, but we're also enemies. And it's really strange because they always want to pit women against each other. You don't hear about like Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and
Blake would hijack interviews, answer questions that weren't hers, and basically act like Leighton was an understudy borrowing clothes from the star's closet. She even implied Leighton was poor. Yes, poor at a panel. And Leighton, that tight-lipped fake laugh, said it all. Every woman watching knew that hollow haha meant I'm emotionally escaping this hell in 3, 2, and don't think the crew didn't notice. One technician even said the dynamic on set was like a power imbalance you could feel in the air. Leighton came from nothing. She fought for her career. Blake, she floated in on a wave of nepotism and dry shampoo commercials, acting like she was God's personal casting choice for Serena. Leighton earned it. Blake accessorized it. And oh, if you thought the set drama was bad, wait until we get to the Scarlett Johansson era. That's when Blake took things from high school mean girl to full-blown homewrecker. It was 2010. Ryan Reynolds was still married to Scarlett. Blake was still dating Penn Badgley. But then comes the Green Lantern press tour. Instead of looking like a superhero rollout, it looked like the red carpet for an open affair. Guess who skipped the premiere? Scarlett and Penn. And who was front and center like they'd just been crowned prom royalty? Ryan and Blake. If red carpets could scream, "We're cheating and you can't stop us," that one would have needed subtitles. According to insiders, yes, real ones, Blake and Ryan would vanish from set for hours, not for rehearsals, not for coffee runs, for hotel rendezvous. One local waitress even called a radio show to spill that she served them on what was clearly a date. Not long after that, Ryan and Scarlett's divorce, just 3 months post-premiere. And when the tabloids pounced, Ryan pulled the classic move, deny, 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 said he and Blake were just friends during filming. Yeah, just like I'm besties with my Uber driver, even though I keep showing up at his apartment with wine. Scarlett, she took the high road, kind of. She didn't name names, but she did say dating actors can be rough when they get jealous of your success. Oh, and let's not forget, at that time, Scarlett had just raked in $624 million, 0 cents from Iron Man 2. Ryan, he was nursing a $75 million, 0 cents loss from Green Lantern. So instead of therapy, he ran straight into Blake's arms and booked himself a lifetime subscription to Met Gala photo ops. Cute. Now, cut to 2025. Blake thinks she can fool us into forgetting all of this. Cue Anna Kendrick. At the Another Simple Favor premiere, a reporter casually asked Anna, "So what does it mean to be working with Blake again?" Anna doesn't flinch, doesn't fake it, doesn't lie. She says, "Oh, you know." That's it. That's the whole quote. Boom! No smile, no forced giggle, just raw honesty packed in a deadpan delivery that hit harder than any TMZ headline. The clip? Viral in seconds. Body language experts had a field day. One said Anna's spine looked like it was resisting gravity. Another said her soul was practically packing a suitcase mid-interview. And Henry Golding? He didn't miss his moment either. Asked about the reunion, he gave that nomoconic, what could go wrong smirk. That wasn't sarcasm. That was a man spiritually dodging the emotional grenade that is Blake Lively. Oh, and outside, it was even messier. While Blake was inside flashing that pageant smile, protesters stood outside, Yes, actual fans waving signs that said "Justice for Justin Baldoni" and "Blake lied." One girl even had a DIY t-shirt like it was Coachella for canceled celebs. When strangers are spending money to protest you on a red carpet, baby, that's not PR heat, that's public incineration. Even the media couldn't spin it. Variety tried, Daily Mail barely managed. It wasn't a premiere, it was a televised implosion with popcorn, and while Anna Kendrick said nothing more, her silence screamed, "We're done pretending." But if you thought that was the final blow, oh no, here comes the unfollow tsunami.
After the divorce, Scarlett Johansson did take a stab against Ryan Reynolds, where she didn't call him out by name, but she said dating actors is difficult because sometimes careers advance faster than others and they get jealous.
It started quietly. Florence Pugh vanished from Blake's followers, then Charlize Theron, then Natalie Portman. No tweets, no shade, just exes. Florence doesn't do drama. Charlize doesn't waste time on nonsense. Natalie, she's the queen of elegance, but she did post a quote, "Legacy is what remains," right after unfollowing Blake. No tags, no context, but the timing, chilling. Emma Watson, the goddess of clean reputations, she dipped too. This woman won't even sit next to controversy, and Blake is controversy in a pastel pantsuit. And Henry Golding, he made red carpet sarcasm an Olympic sport. The moment he said, "What could go wrong?" he told us everything we needed to know without saying anything at all. But the grand finale, Taylor Swift. The architect of celebrity friendships, the mastermind of public optics. If you think it's a coincidence that Blake and Selena have never been at the same Swift event, baby, I have a VIP pass to Folklore to sell you. Taylor built 2 schedules, one for real friends, one for Blake. And just when Blake thought she'd seen it all, boom, the Justin Baldoni lawsuit backfired harder than Blake's plantation jeans. She tried to paint herself as a Me Too warrior in Louboutin heels, but behind the scenes, she reportedly created a fake shell company, Van Inc., to subpoena Baldoni's private texts and leak them to the press. That's not feminism, that's villain origin story behavior. Now her whole case might get tossed for abuse of process. Everything she pulled could vanish, just like her homebound campaign. So no evidence, no leverage, just a pile of legal dust and burnt credibility. And if that wasn't messy enough, Baldoni's team exposed Blake and Ryan Reynolds allegedly adding a character named Nice Pool in Deadpool 3. A cartoon mocking Justin, not a meme, not a joke, an actual Marvel character built out of pettiness. That's not even PR warfare, that's Pixar-level spite. And speaking of PR, when the walls came crashing down, what did Blake do? She brought in the big guns. Enter Nick Shapiro, former CIA turned Hollywood fixer, the guy who wipes scandals like their browser history. But even he couldn't save her. Co-stars refused interviews, directors ghosted her, Gucci and Chanel dropped her faster than a fake Birkin, and Ryan Reynolds, Mr. Twitter Husband of the Year, silent. No tweets, no jokes, no Blake's My Lighthouse in the Storm nonsense. He vanished like a man trying to dodge a PR explosion with his name on it. And Blake, she's still out here posing, smiling, signing autographs of her stunt double. Yes, not even her own photo. That's not redemption. That's desperation dressed as fan service. She tried to spin it all, delete the posts, scrub the captions, curate the chaos. But the internet, it doesn't forget. Every fake quote got memed, every deleted photo got screen recorded, and now nobody's canceling Blake Lively out loud. They're doing something worse. They're ignoring her. Hollywood didn't cancel Blake, it ghosted her. And that silence? That's the loudest takedown of all. Loudest takedown of all.